Hello, welcome to my podcast. I want to speak about energy hits. You might have experienced them, I'm sure you have. I was getting a lot of them and I didn't know what they were until Spirit told me, so here's the explanation. So this is how an energy hit works. You are living your life and then you get a phone call from somebody out of the blue, or they connect with you in some way, maybe on Facebook or message you. And you go, oh, this is great. So great to talk to you. Then we have a little chat there, and then they're gone, and then you never hear from them again until they do the next energy hit. At first, I thought they wanted reconnection, so I was like, oh, this is nice. Maybe we can meet for a coffee or something. And that's where my head was at. However, it wasn't that they wanted reconnection, they just wanted the hit from me. Somehow they needed to feel that healing light or the love or whatever I had in my aura that they were missing in their life, and they came in and got the hit and had a chat and were gone. Once you start to see it, you realise it's happened to you quite a lot of times. And it was rather baffling at first, because my first thing was, of course, reconnection and let's catch up. But theirs was just, I feel better now. I've talked to you for 5 or 10 minutes or whatever it was, and now I'm off and I'm going. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing as long as you know what's happening. I did a podcast on this just recently about giving your energy away. I wouldn't actually give it away. I think they're coming in just for some nourishment, energetic nourishment and some warmth. And because, if you're listening to these podcasts, I'm sure you're rather a special, kind, warm person. So they come in and get a bit of love and then they fill up and off they go. It's like you're the love channel or something. Come in and fill up and go. From a personal point of view, it's not that great. I used to be really confused because it just had a beginning and a very quick end. Now I know what it is. I understand it. I'll get off the phone and understand they've come in and gone out. People who are very flaky will often do this. I call them flaky. Then they're very unreliable and they'll come in and you think something's starting and then they've gone again. I call them the butterflies of life. Don't be too worried about it. It's not a bad thing as long as you don't take it personally. They're probably going around getting energy hits from everyone. I don't think they probably even realise what they're doing. It's just important for you to realise what that dynamic is. They don't want to be friends with you, really. I don't think they even want to really be acquaintances. They just wanted whatever connection you have for them, and you soothe them and they feel better and they're gone. I have it a lot too. In Texas, people send me a text, call for help, I suppose, and I just do the work and then they're gone again. It's an incredibly disturbing thing when you first get it because you can't work out what's going on here. On a human level, you can't, but on a soul level, that's all it is. You might do it too. You might find you've done it to other people there. You just get their name and you just want to connect with them, and you go in and connect, and then you can feel actually somewhat soothed afterwards or nourished. It can go both ways. With our true friendships and family, we tend not to do that as much because we have a relationship that is maintained and is fully fed all the time, backwards and forwards. You're probably talking to each other, so you won't be having the big gaps, but these will be the big gaps. I've had it happen a lot. It happens also with spiritual people. I think you might find this if you're doing this kind of work or interested in it. They say they want to do it, and they seem very enthusiastic. They're going to work with you, and then they're gone. And sometimes like for 2 years. And then you'll just get a message from them or something, thinking of you and having this going well, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, okay, so you're still in the same spot and you really don't want to move on spiritually. You just wanted to connect. I'm never offended by it. I never get drained by it either because now I know what they're doing. I don't let them drain my energy. I just send them lots of love and know that maybe in this life I'll get a few more energy hits from them or maybe not. It's a kind of confusion I think they have. I don't think they even realise what they're actually doing, especially the spiritual connect ones. It's almost like spirit reminds them and pops someone else in their head who's doing spiritual work and they bring them up, but on a level they really aren't ready to do it. or don't want to commit in any way, and that's fine, as long as you don't think it's the beginning of a new spiritual journey with them. I've had many of them who don't want to do the work. They say they want to do the work, but when it comes down to it, they really don't want to do the work. It took me a while to realise that, because I so much wanted to do the work. I didn't have an understanding of what that now I do. It's probably part of their path to do the work, and you were probably one of the people who they were supposed to connect with to start the work. However, given the opportunity, they come in and then they run away. It's okay. You just have to do what you want to do and understand what other people are doing. The energy hits can come in groups too. I find out when the world's in a bit of chaos and there's fear around, you'll get more energy hits from people. I just have a little chat and then I'm gone, but I don't see it as going anywhere or particularly being anything. It's just an aberration, really. When you come to terms with it too, you'll be more wary of your energy. That's why I wanted to do this podcast, because if you get too many hits in a short time, you could get drained if you give them your energy. So do not give them your energy. Give them love and light and white light and healing light, etc., etc. Don't give them your energy, because if you have a lot of hits, you'll get really, really drained. And you can also, if you're very tired, not do it today, because you'll find this is a pattern with certain people. They come in and you think, oh, this is great, and then they're gone. So there's no point in investing. That's what I'm saying, especially energetically. Even time-wise, I wouldn't invest too much. It's just a energy hit that they're getting. They would be doing this all over the place, particularly when their life is in chaos or the world is in chaos and they're feeling it. Often they'll do it also around full moon or when there's solar eclipse, because they will feel the energy shift and might unbalance them a little bit, affected at those times. Once I knew about it, it was easier, and I didn't judge it. I just tolerated it and made my boundaries around it. It's a really strange one, this one, the energy hits, and people probably don't talk about it, and that's why I want to do this podcast, because it's happening all the time. Enjoy your week, and so I'm sending you lots of love and light, and hope you don't have too many energy hits this week.